Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Charles Wiley, check this out. He's going to be bringing a banner up here. He's straight out of Lincoln, right? Giving back from Black Brothers. He says, Charles Wiley grew up in the projects of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. Charles is the youngest of 10 and was labeled least likely to succeed in life. Charles experienced all kinds of challenges, obstacles, and life-threatening distractions in his life. In his award-winning memoir, he even has a chapter called 9 Lives. Got my attention. While working in corporate America, Charles was faced with systemic racism and police brutality, which almost destroyed his life. He slipped into a deep depression, anxiety, even suicidal thoughts. Charles continued to believe in God and overcame all of these issues while being able to continue to bring impact and purpose to others' lives. Charles is a recipient of over 12 different awards, including the Marquee Who's Who in America. Charles has never stopped trusting in God. He gives all of the honor for his business to his success. Through it all, Charles Wiley became an entrepreneur, author, national motivational speaker, life coach, and trainer. So I want you guys to help me bring Charles Wiley to the stage. To God be the glory. We were born to win.
I got a couple of pictures on there. Let me see, what do I need to do?
Yeah, just click there and go back.
Okay, go back. Okay. Hey everyone, how you doing? How you doing? Once again, my name is Charles Wiley from Cincinnati. Grew up in Lincoln Heights. I know you guys been seeing Lincoln Heights all over the news where the Nazis came in. Anybody seen that? Yep, I was right there. I was right there with Lincoln Heights on the bridge. I actually got there. One thing about Lincoln Heights, I'm going to tell you about this real quick. Lincoln Heights, it's a small community village. Used to be a city, but now it's like a little less than 3,000 people that live there. And Lincoln Heights is like really, really close, and they just stay in touch. No matter if they live in California, New York, or wherever. And when I was at my business center, I have a business center. This is my business center, and it's in Cincinnati. I moved away from Lincoln Heights when I went to college, but I always have given back to Lincoln Heights. So people start getting texts all over this country. The Nazis in Lincoln Heights. So I was waiting on a very important meeting that day for my nonprofit, and I got a text that the Nazis was in Lincoln Heights. And so I went out there. They was kind of coming off the bridge, but when I got there, to see what was going on, it was like about 200 people there, that quick. And the thing is that, it was right, it wasn't actually in Lincoln Heights, it was on a bridge, an overpass. When you make a turn, you're in Lincoln Heights. So our kids had just turned in, and the Nazis was calling them all kind of names, and they was getting on the phone, texting their parents, and that's how the word just traveled and expanded. So with that, I'm very proud of Lincoln Heights. I had to tell you guys this story. And I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go into my life a little bit. I got some notes, so I didn't do my PowerPoint. I got some notes for you, so I got some notes. So, and I'm gonna start here because, wow, this is amazing, Ben. This is my second time here, and I'm gonna tell you, I travel a lot. I am a national diversity motivational speaker. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own remodeling company. My remodeling company is the last 7 years has been an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. I have electricians, I have plumbers, I have carpenters, and right now while I'm here, they're remodeling 2 condos in Cincinnati. So, yes, and I'm proud of it because I'm gonna tell you my story, and I'm gonna tell you where I came from and where God then took me from here to here. And so I'm very proud of that. And also my business center. My business center, I have an ex-offenders program. We train ex-offenders, entrepreneurship, We do meetings with them, how to stay focused, and we help them get jobs. I have a senior citizen program. Our senior citizens, you know, a lot of times we forget our elders, and on our organization, we give back to our seniors by just supporting them with whatever they may have going on. Because a lot of times our seniors, you know, they get lonely. They lost a lot of family members. So we have a support group for them. And with that, I just have to give honor to my wife before I start. Tracy Wiley right here. We was foster parents for 20 years. Therapeutic foster parents. So we dealt with all kind of kids on medications, schizophrenic, bipolar. I was a therapeutic mentor for 17 years. So my story is this. I grew up in Lincoln Heights, youngest of 10. Grew up in the projects, labeled least likely to succeed in life. When I was born, I was in the hospital for 6 months with pneumonia. My sisters had forgot that they had a baby brother. I came that close to death. When I turned 12, I was at Camp Joy, and one of my best friends, he asked me, he said, Charles, let's swim out to the floaters and then come back. Now, you talking about your best friend, you don't tell your best friend no. I know you say yes. So I said yes. I couldn't swim. So we're on the beach, so I started, you know, I could dog paddle. I dog paddled out. I did some critical thinking. I trained my kids. I trained my young people critical thinking skills. So I'm like, oh man, okay, well, let's go. So I dog paddled out to the floaters. When I'm thinking now where I'm going, okay, I'm gonna grab the floater, I'm gonna get some rest, and I'm gonna come back. So I grabbed the floater thinking it was stable in the ground. I'm about 12 years old. It threw me on the other side. I woke up on the beach. A young lady, it was the guard, a white lady, she had gave me mouth to mouth and brought me back. And that's, you know, so it just goes on. But through my life, I had so many different issues that I was faced with. Motorcycle accident, broke my neck, broke my ankle. Doctor told me I should have been dead. Car accident, went through the windshield. My whole side of my face used to be scarred up. You know, I had an incident growing up in Lincoln Heights. I was faced with violence. Being in Lincoln Heights, it was drugs all around Lincoln Heights. It was violence all around Lincoln Heights. I thank God that I never got on drugs. I never experienced that, but I lost so many of my partners due to the crack cocaine and, you know, epidemic in our community and different issues, the gun violence going on, and God just always protected me. And I can say to this day right now, that's one of the reasons why I've always given back to Lincoln Heights. When I was in college, Lincoln Heights needed a basketball coach. I lived way out. I would come to Lincoln Heights, coach the young people, go back home, and that's when I first started giving back to Lincoln Heights. I'm probably 22 years old. From there, I started an organization in the early 90s called Black Positive Brothers and Sisters, because I always wanted to just give to the community because I seen so much hurt in the community. At one time, I had 80 men in my organization. I had 60 women in my organization. I had a whole bunch of youth in my organization. I probably had 100, at least close to 100 mentors. Lincoln Heights football team, their concession stand birthed up. My old football coach, Paul Blackwell, he knew me, he knew what kind of person I am. He called me like, Charles, our concession stand is burnt up. That's how we make money. I got with my organization, we went out there, we built them a brand new concession stand. And that's the love that people have for Lincoln Heights. They just constantly give it. So when I started this organization, I was working in corporate America. I went to school to build houses. Moving back a little bit, so stay with me. When I'm in my 10th grade year, my mom was like, what you gonna do when you get out of school? You wanna go to college? I was like, no, I don't wanna go to college. What you wanna do? I said, I wanna build houses. So I went to a school called Princeton High School. It was like 50% white and black, and that's where I played sports at. But since I told her I wanted to build houses, She actually took me out of Princeton High School, because it was a vocational school, and sent me to Live Oaks Vocational School. Now, this was, it was only 4 blacks in the whole school. So I get on the bus, take an hour to get to the school, and I'm thinking like, where in the world am I going? So I get off the bus, you see nothing but white kids walking around. I go to the bus driver, I say, hold up, I'm on the wrong bus. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong bus. He's like, your name Charles Wiley? He ain't look at paper or nothing. Your name Charles Wiley? How you know my name? There's only 3 people on the bus. So he said, sir, go to the office. I go to the office. I asked the principal, I said, excuse me, I'm at the wrong school. Charles, you at the right school. He know my name. You know, I'm young, I'm not figuring this out. So, went to class, and I have to tell you guys this, my second day of school, I get in the lunch line. There was a young man there. When I got in front of him, he called me the N-word. Me and him started fighting. And from that point, I said, you know, I live in Lincoln Heights now, all black community, so there was a culture shock. So I said, I want to go back to Princeton. I didn't come up here for this. My mom came up, the principal talked to me, he's like, you know, he found out what happened. He's like, Charles, even though you wasn't supposed to put your hands on him, but we're not gonna tolerate this in our school. And he told my mom, Mrs. Wiley, if he stay up here, we take care of our students. It's gonna be as if your son is gonna have a business degree, he gonna learn electrical, he gonna learn plumbing, he gonna learn carpentry, he have to take draft the architect. And my mom was looking like, yeah, I'm looking like no. But, you know, I stayed, and me and this guy, we became best friends. Because he never, you know, he didn't understand. He never was around blacks. And, you know, and that's part of what's going on in our country today. If people really get to know each other and really get to realize how much we can help each other and how much we need each other, and we all is in this struggle together, trying to move forward, man, we would even be, we already have a powerful country, but could you imagine how powerful our country would be? I mean, unstoppable, magnificent. So, moving forward, I'm at this company working, corporate America. They want me to, the company called me in, they say, Charles, we have a position, we want you to take this supervisory/management position, big raises involved, and we need you to help bring our company up to par, because, you know, they was watching me. Nice guy, I was always a nice guy, and you know, I worked hard. So I get the company running great. We get everything up to that. They wanted 110%. Yeah, I got about to 100%. But we get it running great, and then my raise never came. So I'm constantly asking, where's my raise? So they said, well, Charles, we know we've been working you hard. We want to bring another gentleman in. He's starting next week. And, you know, we're going to take half your position, give it to him. But where is my raise? You know, so they gave me $25. I'm sorry, 25 cents. They gave me a 25-cent raise. And my heart just dropped. And the guy came in, it was a white guy, and they wanted me to train him. I was like, I can't train him, you know. So what happened with that is, I slipped into a depression. Back then, and I heard you talk about 93, that was the year. I got married in 94. That was the year, so I slipped into a depression. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm just not happy. And I'm not happy anymore, and then I was always that loving guy, love everybody. So I became very bitter, very upset, but I didn't know what was wrong. Then I slipped into a deep depression. I had no clue as to what was going on, and you said it best. Back then, we wasn't talking about depression. Now, everybody's depressed.
Really?
You know, if I drop this, Jacob gonna be depressed. But so from there, I slipped into a deep depression, and then I slipped into anxiety. I would pull up at work. My heart would start beating fast. Tears would start coming in my eyes. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? I didn't know. I never talked to my wife. We was married then. I never would, she never knew. My organization, I'm the CEO and founder. I never told them that I'm walking, you know, y'all have a leader walking around depressed. Cause you know, I'm thinking like, they gonna leave me, you know, or something wrong with him. But so, once I slipped into that anxiety, I slipped into suicidal thoughts. From there, I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be here no more. It was just weird, and I didn't know what was wrong. This Charles Wiley, doing everything for the community, winning all kind of awards, doing so much. I slipped into that, and I'm gonna act this out for you guys. So look, the feeling is here. So ride with me. I'm driving down the highway. On my way home, tears started coming out my eyes. My heart started beating fast. I don't know what's wrong. I can't breathe. I pull up at my house. I sit in the car. I sit there and I go in the house. My wife is in the kitchen. I go upstairs. I sit on my bed. I reach over. I pull my gun out. I put it to my head. My wife walk in. She look at me. What are you doing with that gun? Pow! Guess what? I didn't shoot. I didn't give up. I didn't quit. God blessed me and gave me that that I needed. God blessed me with the award-winning autobiography, To God Be the Glory, We Must Never Give Up. God blessed me with the 10-point program that helps individuals overcome depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Now remember, I told you, me and my wife was foster parents for 20 years. We had kids in our home that would tear your TV off the wall. Any foster parents in here? Anybody? You was a foster parent? Well, look here. I have a gift for y'all. They're my powerful affirmation cards with my 10-point program in them. And these are Black History cards. They're a spin-off of my book. So, God blessed me and gave me the knowledge to help young people. Oh, see all these issues? I don't care if they black, white, Hispanic, this is what our kids deal with every day of their life. God bless me to be able to relate to them and empower them to do this. I started playing chess in the 7th grade. Chess developed my mind to a point where I just would always think. It just made me think. So what I've done is created a program that helps not just youth, but individuals connect chess with life-critical thinking skills. Anybody play chess? So you understand, when you playing chess, you thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. You look like you thinking 10 moves ahead. So that's what chess does. I have 7-year-olds, look how serious they are, that play chess. And I hear you, I'm gonna play you. I have 7-year-olds that play chess. And they think out the box. One of my kids here, down here at the bottom. This kid, when I first got him, the school put him out. His mom heard about me. She brought him to me. This kid is an A student now. I train my youth, plumbing, electrical, painting, carpentry. I train them, life skills, self-improvement, the connection between chess and life decisions, financial literacy. I train our young people how to start their own business. These kids will talk to you about an LLC, everything. They'll put it down for you. I train them, stress de-escalation. This is what they do. Right here, these are gang members right here. These gang members, from Detroit. I did a critical thinking program. Every last one of these youth, they're grown now. You can see this is an older picture. Most of them is successful in life. Gang members. So what I'm saying is this, is that when you continue to keep that faith and believe in God and understand that you have the power to move forward in life, you have the power to help others, and you have the power within you to succeed, is nobody can stop you. Nobody, only you can stop yourself. Now just imagine if I would have quit. All them awards that he read off, I would have never received those awards. If I had quit, I wouldn't even been standing up here. So with that, I would like to show you this. This is my youth right here. Every time we do enrichment outings also, every time they go anywhere, play laser tag, wherever, first thing they have to do is sit and play one game of chess. When we went to play laser tag, everybody was in there, parents, everybody, kids was looking. We had the tables lined up, they was looking like, is y'all serious? I mean, we got kids like this. My kids never looked up. I mean, I don't tell them not to pay them no attention. They just, when they in their mode, look at them. They're thinkers, and their parents is like go crazy over. And my kids here, they know measurements. I have adults that don't know measurements. I have adults that don't. I have adults that don't even know the difference between a Phillips and a straight head screwdriver. They know it, and with that, this is Black Positive Brothers Youth. Some of them. This is when I was doing this in '95. This 2014 right here, the gang members. I also coach girls select basketball. My daughter, she's 28. When she turned 4, I didn't want anybody coaching her. So, I played basketball, played football, all that. So I coached my daughter. No one could beat our team from all the way up to when they went to college. Every last one of our girls are doing great in school. This one right here, she hung herself. That was my star guard. She hung herself when she was 17. That's our community is suffering bad. And it's up to all of you champions to keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing and keep fighting and keep changing this world. So with that, I want you guys to do this for me. Tomorrow morning, you, all of you. When you wake up, I want y'all to remember Charles Wiley. But I want you to go to your window. I want you to look outside your window. It'll be a new day that you all will see. And only you can determine what kind of day it'll be. It can be sunny, shiny, or unhappy or great. But it's your own state of mind that's the determining key. But you are the person that you allow yourself to be. So continue to reach one, teach one, and become one, and we're gonna change this world together. With that, my name is Charles Wiley. Thank you.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.